What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss everything going on here in our country that you need to know about on a daily basis, including money, investing, the stock market, the fourth stimulus package update, and stimulus check update. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, make sure to click the subscribe button down below. It's completely free to do so. And remember that new videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And thanks for hitting the like button for us down below. New virus cases are on the rise here yet again. And many people here in the US are wondering, are we going to see another massive spike here? And also wondering if we're going to see, well, check out what's going on here in China. Yeah. In Shanghai, they're installing metal barriers and fences around some people's homes to stop them from going outside in its latest brutal measure to battle the virus. I know you can't make this stuff up, but if you didn't see it in black and white here on Yahoo News from Business Insider, you might not believe it. But yeah, they have over 400 million people on lockdown in China. That's more people than the United States has total. We have around 330 million people in the entire United States. They have more people than that on entire lockdown. And I'll show you some of these fences. You can see these green fences here. I'll show you another picture here where they're literally installing it outside of people's homes where they don't want them. They're just installing this. Imagine you they just install this outside your home without your permission or without you wanting to know that. Uh yeah. Yeah, high fences have been installed to seal off people's homes where people have tested positive. At least one person has tested positive for the virus. The move sparked further outrage in a city where people are already frustrated by the harsh lockdowns. Authorities in Shanghai have installed metal barriers and high fences around people's homes to stop residents from going out in the city with the latest brutal measure to battle the virus. In this particular city, 26 million residents are already frustrated by the indefinite lockdown. Quote, they might as well just burn us all inside our homes, a user commented on their Twitter like platform called Weibo, referring to how the structures are fire hazards and they can't get out of their homes. Yeah, and they're calling them sealed areas where at least one person tested positive for the virus, saying, quote, no one can get out. I feel helpless. You don't know when the lockdown is going to end. Yeah, imagine if that was happening here in the United States. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like my mom used to tell me when I was a kid, it could always be worse. It could always be worse. She wasn't lying. Also, regarding these lockdowns in China, you can see the headline here. Companies are beginning to panic, saying that experts say these lockdowns will make inflation and the supply chain nightmares even worse because anything that gets shipped out of China has significant delays here. And we know that a vast majority of goods from China come to the US here, cleaning supplies, shoes, goods, clothing, millions of products. And there's now significant delays on that, shipping delays. And this is going to make the price for all that stuff go up here. And this is just going to exacerbate all of that. Like we've seen several months here ago, the cost for that shipping had started to go down, but now they're saying because of the lockdowns there, that they may start going back up here again. So this may actually send inflation even higher because of the pandemic. So we think about here now in the U.S., we had that massive spike in February ish. You know, that whole 1 million cases per day. I know it seems like it's in the the way distant past, like you're looking in your rearview mirror. Seems like forever ago. Uh, Really not that long ago, where we had, multiple days of over 1 million people testing positive per day. We had one day where over 1.4 million people tested positive. And those were people that just went to the official testing facilities. Remember, didn't even include people that use those at-home test kits. Remember those? A lot of people have those. Remember, you can actually get two sets of those now from the government website, which are covidtests.gov, TESTS.gov, covidtest.gov. You can get two batches, two rounds directly from the government website. Yeah, it's covidtests.gov. You can order a second batch here if you haven't done that for free. Literally just go on the website, you click the order button here. You don't have to put a credit card or anything in. It doesn't cost you a dime. You put your name and address in here. You can put an email address in there just if you want to receive shipping notifications. And you click checkout. It literally takes you 1 minute. You can do it after this video here is over, and they'll ship them to you. I know some people say their first one got lost in the mail, but like 95% of people got them. Things get lost in the mail, but they're completely for free. Also, if you're on Medicare, you can walk into participating pharmacies at over a dozen retail pharmacies, and you can get 8 free test kits per month for free just by showing your Medicare card completely for free at these participating pharmacies every single month for free. This is kind of new. This was just started in April. If you've been watching my show, you know this, but if you haven't, I'll say this again here briefly. Medicare will pay these pharmacies and other entities directly and will allow enrollees to pick up the free tests, 8 of them per month, every single month. So go and get them. If you don't need them all, you can give half of them to your friends or families or anything. They're free. At these free locations, Albertsons, Costco, CVS, Food Lion, Giant Food, The Giant Company, Hannah Ford, HEB Pharmacy, Hy-Vee, Kroger Family, Rite Aid, Shop and Stop, Walgreens, and Walmart. You can pause it here on the screen if you want to write this down. But if you're on Medicare, I think it's Medicare Part B, you can just go and get this every single month. Just show them your card, get 8 of them for free, and walk out of there and don't pay a dime if you're already on Medicare Part B for almost 60 million people. Completely free. Go get them. It's better than paying $29.99 a pop, right? Hey, free is good. Yeah, and if you need them in the future, you'll be happy that you already have them. And remember, these test kits have an expiration date on them, so it doesn't hurt to stock up, right? And you never know when you may need just to test and see, right? So, yeah. Meanwhile, with cases going up here in the U.S. and China having a full-blown like meltdown over there, you never know that we could be potentially headed for the same thing. The FDA grants full approval for the virus treatment remdesivir for young kids here as well. For children 12 and under here, that is just as of Monday here. So this is now granted full approval here as of Monday. This has already been approved for adults. So this is after you have already caught the virus. Dr. Fauci says, though, that vaccine approval for vaccines for children under 5 will likely not come around until June. So there's probably going to be a little bit of wait here for that. They also have a new experimental drug that was so successful they're shutting down trials early for patients hospitalized with the virus and could help save the most critical cases, could help save their lives. A recent double-blind study for a new oral medication from a pharmaceutical company named Veru has the potential to help cut the virus's mortality rate in half for moderate and severe cases. It was so successful, in fact, that researchers stopped the trial early and could now go to full approval here shortly. The group of people who took the placebo pill had a 45% mortality rate, which means they died. And while the group that got treated with this new treatment only had a death rate of just 20% in moderate to critical cases. So, um, again, they're constantly working on new treatments and all sorts of things here going forward. Remember, modern medicine is more than just vaccines. Remember that people do die here all the time. When we look at here this from the official tracker here, the U.S. is coming up on almost 1 million deaths just in the U.S. From the virus. And when you look at worldwide, you're looking at 6.2 million people here worldwide from the virus. So, um, the more type of stuff like this that can help people that catch it and vaccines, I know that everybody has different opinions on this, but especially medicines that help people with critical cases and stuff like that, in my opinion, the better. You can let me know your thoughts here. Also, some big news going on here. Former President Donald Trump is held in contempt of court for not complying with a New York subpoena. Yeah, here's the details on this. On Monday, New York Judge Arthur F. Ungaran held former President Donald Trump in contempt for failing to comply with a subpoena related to State Attorney General Letitia James' investigation into the Trump Organization. Trump was ordered to turn over materials sought by James and will be fined $10,000 per day until he does so, according to the New York Times. In just a few weeks, about 600,000 Americans to start getting direct payments worth up to $600 thanks to new law. Are you eligible? 600,000 Americans getting $600. Two nice round numbers. Here is who is available or is eligible. A new law signed by Governor John Carney here last week will give Delaware taxpayers a check under the State Relief Rebate Program. Relief Rebate Program. Taxpayers in Delaware who filed a 2020 income tax return will get the payments. The relief rebate aims to help Delaware offset the effects of inflation, particularly at the pump and the grocery store. Quote, every taxpayer I talk to expects us to manage their money in a way that's responsible and sustainable over the long term, Mr. Carney said. Quote, the 2022 Delaware Rebate Program is part of a broader responsible budget program that will invest in education, our economy, and our communities, while continuing to build our reserves to prepare for Delaware and for the future. The direct payments will go out to residents in the state that filed a Delaware resident personal income tax return for 2020. Individuals will receive $300, while married couples filing jointly will receive $600, and is just one of the most recent states to pass stimulus checks here pretty recently. The one-time payments will be issued via mail to the most recent address on file. Also note that the state's Department of Finance is working on developing a way for qualifying adult residents who did not file a 2020 Delaware tax return to receive the rebate here as well. So if you're from Delaware and you didn't file a 2020 tax return, you may still receive this here as well. If you're from Delaware, I recommend you look into this. Maybe call the Delaware Department of Finance. Just Google the phone number and look into this. Again, if you're from one of these states that is getting a state stimulus check or tax return check, whatever you want to call it, um, try to keep up to date on this and make sure you do whatever you need to do to receive this check, because it literally could mean money in your pocket. I'll try to keep you up to date here on all these different states, but remember there's 50 different states here, and if it's your specific state, you want to keep up on it as well. But I'll try to keep you up to date here. But there's a lot of different states and federal checks here, so you keep up on it here as well also. The state anticipates sending the first round of payments in May based on 2020 return data. Other rounds will follow based on data that can be coordinated with other state agencies. Those who did not file a 2020 tax return will not be included in the first round. I mean, that makes sense because those are probably just going to take longer. Also, 5,000 eligible Chicago residents are able to start applying for $500 monthly payments for a year starting on April 25th on the Chicago Universal Basic Income Program. So if you're from Chicago, look that up. Also on the same day, April 25th, roughly 2,500 Johnson County, Iowa residents who have struggled during the pandemic can apply for a $1,400 one-time payment in Johnson County, Iowa. That's not the third stimulus check payment. This is a new payment for Johnson County, Iowa. These are kind of new stimulus type payments for Chicago and Johnson County, Iowa, as these are county payments and city payments. Remember that cities, counties, and states all got their own money from the last stimulus package. Remember, cities, counties, and states all got their own portions of money. And now, here in 2022, they're all deciding how to spend this money. Mostly states, because states got a lot of money, but cities and counties can also issue their own stimulus checks. We're seeing a lot of states do this because states got a lot of money, but larger cities can do this here as well. Counties can do it here also. We're not going to probably see this from a lot of smaller cities, but some larger cities like Chicago can do this. New York, LA, also potentially, and maybe some counties as well too. But you got to remember, it really depends on each area here as well. I'll try to keep you up to date here with everything you guys need to know about going on here in our country on a daily basis. So let me know your thoughts here. I also think it's a very good possibility for a federal stimulus check here because of everybody being affected by the pandemic and the inflation, and it's an election year. We have multiple Democratic leaders that are for a stimulus check or inflation relief check, including Nancy Pelosi. Not so much the Republicans, because Republicans don't really want to help out passing anything for the Democrats before the election. The only thing that I've seen, and I'm not picking sides here, I'm just kind of telling you what they're saying. You can verify that for yourself if you want to. I'm not from either side, so I'm just kind of letting you know what they're saying. The one thing we have seen from the Republican side is a willingness to pass the child tax credits. So we could see a bipartisan bill. Republican Senator Mitt Romney, he's not up for reelection, so it's not like he's trying to gather a re-election support or anything. And remember, a presidential campaign is not up for 2 more years as well. So, I mean, again, everybody always thinks that whenever like a state's trying to pass a stimulus check or something like that, that it's always for trying to get votes. I don't personally think that, but you know, alas, anybody, whatever, right? I personally just want to see as many people get help as possible. So whatever the reason is, whether it's out of the goodness of their heart or just because they have money to spend, that's probably the most likely reason, because honestly, all these states, cities, and counties got all this money just at the end of last year. Now they're all doing their budgets and they're like, hey, we got all this money. We have to use it for something. If they didn't have all this money, they really wouldn't be spending it. What California did last year and Maryland did last year. There were several different states that sent out checks last year. Um, but if they didn't really have all this money, they really wouldn't be sending out checks. But now they got all this money, so now they're all like, hey, what should we do with it? But there is probably some political motivations there. But I mean, who really knows the real reason? You can't really get inside someone's head and say, I know what you're doing. But I mean, you can let me know your thoughts. Regardless, whatever the reason, doesn't matter. Let's send out as much help as we can, whether it's who cares what the party is, you know. So I'll keep you up to date here. I do think there's a lot of possibility for checks. We do have a lot of checks being passed here from different states. If you're watching my channel, uh, we have probably a dozen or more states that are passing checks or already have, or and probably even close to 2 dozen states that are in the process of working on checks here as well. In fact, I'll link you to a recent video I just did here with a lot of big updates on state stimulus checks and federal stimulus checks here. So make sure to click the subscribe button down below if you haven't yet. It's completely free to do so. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. It just makes it so you will see the videos more often. Remember, new videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're not seeing our newest videos, just go on YouTube and type "It's Jimmy" and go to our channel and look for the newest video. Just click videos and go to the new one at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Time, because I have a new one come out every day at that time. I get some people saying, how come I didn't see your newest video? Or how come I see a video from a day or two ago? But if you remember, I have a new video come out every day at that time. You can just go on YouTube, type in "It's Jimmy" and look for the newest video. Just click videos and then you'll see that new one, okay? So, or click after you subscribe, click the bell icon down below and you'll get a notification when a new video comes out. Then you can click that notification at those times and it'll kind of go right to that newest video. All right. So you can click here to see the $15 billion of new rent assistance, mortgage assistance, and utility assistance that's available. You can click here to see the new Social Security raise update video I just did. And this video is about the new stimulus check update video I just did. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.